Accelerated payment notices. The key facts. An accelerated payment notice, or APN, is a requirement to pay an amount on account of tax or national insurance contributions. APNs are typically issued by HM Revenue and Customs when taxpayers are believed to be involved in tax avoidance schemes, disclosed under the Disclosure of Tax Avoidance Schemes rules, or counteracted under the General Anti-Abuse Rule. HMRC tends to send out a letter some weeks in advance of the APN to let taxpayers know it is on its way so they can prepare themselves. So it is critical that you know the key facts if you are expecting to have one issued against you. Once you've received the notice, you will have 90 days to pay the amount shown on the APN, unless you make representations. The payment does not have to be made in one go, as long as it is all paid by the due date. Therefore, it is vitally important that you do not ignore it. Failing to pay an APN by the due date could lead to late payment penalties, or could even lead to potential enforcement action being taken. If you think you will have problems paying the APN, you should contact HMRC. This should be done as soon as possible, as it may be possible to negotiate a different payment plan. If you think that you may have been involved in more than one scheme, then it is likely that you will receive more than one APN, potentially at different times. The APN will only cover the tax or NIC's advantage relating to the specific avoidance scheme covered by the APN. The amount shown may not be the final liability agreed, which may be larger or smaller than the amount of the APN. Therefore, when the inquiry or appeal is finalised, there may be additional amounts to pay. You have a right to make representations against the APN, and you also have a right to appeal against the underlying tax or NICs that are in dispute. Representations should be made in writing within the 90 days before payment becomes due. If you do make a representation, HMRC will write to you setting out the results of their review. APNs are a fairly heavy-handed approach to collecting outstanding tax and should not be taken lightly. If you receive an APN, it is critical that you seek professional advice immediately. We have years of experience helping clients with tax investigations and other tax-related penalties, so please speak to our team if you need help.